Have you ever wondered how much time you have left once you hit 70? What if I told you that your body is already sending you signs about how long you might live, and more importantly, how healthy and vibrant those years could be? In this video, we're going to reveal the 7 key signs that can predict your longevity after 70. These signs are based on real research, not myths or guesses, and they could be the difference between a long, fulfilling life and one filled with health struggles. But here's the kicker. You might be overlooking some small things in your daily routine that could significantly impact your future. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own body and lifestyle. More importantly, you'll learn what simple, actionable steps you can take right now to maximize your chances of living longer and staying healthier. Stay tuned until the end because we're diving deep into easy-to-follow tips that you can start today. Because the earlier you make these changes, the greater your chances of a vibrant life ahead. Plus, there's one surprising sign you might be missing right now that could change everything. You won't want to miss this. So, if you're ready to take control of your health and longevity, stick with me. Let's explore these life-changing signs and what they mean for your future. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Sign 1. Your ability to stand on one leg. Balance isn't something that crosses most people's minds, until, of course, we begin to lose it. It's one of those things we take for granted until we no longer have it. And yet, it's truly one of the most telling signs of how much time we have left in our bodies. Research has repeatedly shown that the ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds is one of the strongest indicators of longevity. I know it might sound a bit simple, even trivial, but trust me, it's anything but. When you struggle with balance, it's more than just a minor inconvenience or embarrassing moment. It's a glaring warning sign, one that could potentially predict falls, injuries, and even cognitive decline. On the flip side, those who can maintain their balance well into their later years, who can hold that leg up and stay steady, are not only less likely to face those risks, but they also tend to lead healthier, longer lives. Think about Carol and Nancy for a moment. 2 women, both in their early 70s, both with different lifestyles and priorities. Carol, a lifelong advocate for her body, has always stayed active. She enjoys walking daily, does yoga to keep her muscles flexible and strong, and effortlessly lifts one foot off the ground for several seconds, without even breaking a sweat. She's in tune with her body, and her body rewards her by being strong and resilient. Now, compare that to Nancy. She's also in her 70s but has never really focused on her balance. Over the years, she neglected simple movements that would have kept her stable. When she attempts to stand on one leg, it's as if she's a tree in a windstorm, swaying and desperately grabbing onto something just to avoid falling. Nancy might dismiss it as just a little clumsiness, but I wish I could tell her that what she's experiencing is far more significant. That shaky leg is a sign, one that shouldn't be ignored. Her coordination, muscle strength, and possibly even her brain function may already be on the decline. You see, good balance isn't just about having strong legs. It's about having a sharp nervous system and a healthy brain that can communicate quickly and efficiently with the rest of your body. When balance starts slipping, it's a red flag, and it's something we can't afford to overlook as we get older. So, if you're noticing that you're stumbling more often, feeling unsteady when you turn quickly, or if you're reaching for walls and furniture just to stay upright, take a deep breath and hear me out. It's time to take action. These are signals your body is giving you. Signs you can't afford to ignore if you want to live a long, vibrant life. But don't worry. There's a silver lining here. Balance can be improved. It's not a lost cause. Simple, consistent exercises like standing on one foot for just a few seconds each day, walking heel to toe, or even practicing light Tai Chi can make a world of difference. The best part is that you don't have to be perfect right away. Even if you can't hold your leg up for 10 seconds without feeling like you might topple over, don't panic. Take that as an opportunity for growth. The key is to do something. Try this simple test. Stand up and lift one foot off the ground. Can you hold it for 10 seconds without struggling? If not, don't beat yourself up. Instead, see this as your wake-up call. Because the more you work on your balance today, the stronger, steadier, and more capable you'll be in the years ahead. So, the next time you feel a little unsteady, don't just brush it off. That unbalanced moment is more than just a physical wobble. It's a wake-up call to take control, invest in yourself, and rebuild that stability before it's too late. If you do, I promise that the future will thank you for the balance you built today. Sign 2. Your grip strength. Believe it or not, something as simple as your handshake can be a window into your future health. Yes, it's true. The strength of your grip holds more significance than we often give it credit for. Research has shown that grip strength is one of the most telling indicators of overall vitality in older adults. A firm, confident handshake doesn't just reflect good manners. It suggests strong muscles, a well-functioning cardiovascular system, and a nervous system that is still firing on all cylinders. But on the flip side, if your grip has become weak or unreliable, it could be a sign that something deeper is at play. A weakening grip can indicate muscle loss, an increased risk of frailty, and may even be a precursor to more serious health complications. Consider the story of Robert, a 78-year-old man who, for most of his life, took pride in the strength of his handshake. He kept himself active, routinely lifting light weights, and never had trouble opening jars or carrying bags of groceries. For Robert, the firm grip he was known for was more than just a gesture. It was a symbol of his vitality and independence. On the other hand, there's Walter, also 78, who began to notice a slow but undeniable change. Simple tasks like twisting open a bottle cap or carrying a heavy shopping bag suddenly felt more difficult than before. At first, Walter brushed it off as a normal part of aging, thinking it was just another sign of getting older. But what he didn't realize was that his declining grip strength was more than just a minor inconvenience. It was a silent warning of muscle loss, a loss that could lead to greater vulnerability. Without realizing it, Walter was putting himself at risk for falls, injuries, and even a shorter life expectancy. It was his body's way of saying, something needs to change. Our hands, the instruments we use to carry out so much of our daily lives, are far more than just tools. They serve as a mirror to our overall health. A weak grip doesn't just point to a decline in hand strength. It often signals that the rest of the body is following suit. When our muscles weaken, it becomes harder to do the things that once seemed effortless, like lifting, carrying, or even just holding on. The loss of strength can make it difficult to stay independent, to keep up with the demands of everyday life, and to remain active in the ways that bring us joy. But here's the silver lining. All is not lost. You don't have to accept a weakening grip as an inevitable part of aging. It's not too late to rebuild, to fight back against the decline, and to regain your strength. Simple exercises, such as squeezing a tennis ball, using hand grippers, or incorporating light weights into your routine, can make a world of difference in maintaining grip strength and preserving muscle health. It's a small investment with a huge return. Your future self will thank you for it. So, I urge you to take a moment and test your grip. If shaking hands feels weaker than it used to, or if seemingly simple tasks are becoming more of a challenge, don't just brush it off. Your grip is telling you something important. It's saying, pay attention. How well you can hold on to the things that matter today. Whether it's the hand of a loved one, the jar of pickles on the shelf, or even your independence, is often a reflection of how well you will hold on to life in the years ahead. Don't let it slip away without a fight. Sign 3. Your walking speed. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It might surprise you, But one of the clearest signs of how long you'll live after 70 isn't found in a lab test, a medical chart, or even in the food you eat every day. It's something far simpler, something you do every day without thinking: your walking speed. Believe it or not, the way you move through life, literally, holds a mirror to your health and your future. Research tells us that those who maintain a brisk, steady walking pace well into their 70s and beyond tend to outlive those who slow down significantly. Walking speed is not just a matter of convenience or personal preference. It's intimately tied to your overall health, your muscle strength, the condition of your heart, and even your brain health. Let's think about this for a moment. Picture two men, Joe and Frank, both 75 years old. Joe is an early riser, walking every morning with a steady, purposeful pace. He crosses streets without hesitation, climbs stairs with ease, and moves through the world as if it's still his domain. His movements are fluid, confident, and balanced, showing no signs of hesitation. Then there's Frank. Frank used to be active, but over the past few years, he's noticeably slowed down. His steps are smaller and more labored. He struggles to keep up with his peers, often stopping for breaks, and his once steady stride now feels unsteady and shaky. Where Joe moves with purpose, Frank seems to move with a sense of effort, weighed down by something invisible, but undeniably there. Now, what's the difference between Joe and Frank? It isn't just a matter of personality or lifestyle. It's a reflection of their health. Joe's brisk pace suggests his body is still working well. His muscles are strong, his heart is pumping blood efficiently, and his overall mobility is a testament to how well he's taken care of his body over the years. Frank's slowing speed, on the other hand, isn't just a sign of aging, it's a warning. A slow, unsteady walk is often an early indicator of underlying health issues. It could point to muscle weakness, poor circulation, or even the beginnings of neurological decline. The truth is, when your legs start to falter, your whole foundation begins to crumble. And that doesn't just affect your body, it affects your mind, your spirit, your sense of independence. But here's the bright side: walking speed is something you can improve, no matter how old you are. The more you move, the stronger you stay. And yes, it takes effort, commitment even, but it's absolutely within your power to regain strength and improve your pace. So, if you've noticed yourself slowing down, don't brush it off as just part of getting older. Take it as a sign, a gentle nudge from your body telling you to take charge. Start small. Take more walks, lift a few light weights, and do simple leg exercises. They don't need to be complicated. What matters is that you're making the effort, that you're taking the time to care for the very thing that keeps you standing. At the end of the day, how quickly you walk through life is often a reflection of how much longer you'll keep walking. It's not just about moving your legs. It's about moving through life with purpose, with vitality. So, pay attention to your walking speed, because it could be the simplest, most telling way to measure how much longer you'll stay strong, independent, and full of life. Your walking speed could be the key to unlocking a longer, healthier future. And when it comes to your health, you deserve nothing less. Sign 4. Your sleeping patterns. When it comes to predicting how long you might live, the quality of your sleep speaks volumes. It's not just about lying in bed and closing your eyes. Sleep is the essential time when your body repairs itself, replenishes vital energy, strengthens your immune system, and clears toxins from your brain. When you get good, restorative sleep, your body has the chance to do what it does best: heal, rejuvenate, and prepare for the day ahead. But when sleep is elusive or fragmented, it can set the stage for a myriad of health problems, including memory decline, heart disease, and a weakened immune system. This is not just a theoretical concern. Studies consistently show that people over the age of 70 who enjoy consistent, high-quality sleep tend to live longer, healthier lives. In contrast, poor sleep often signals the body's declining health, acting as a red flag for many serious conditions. Let me tell you a story about two men I know, Sam and Graham. Both are in their mid-70s, but their experiences with sleep couldn't be more different. Sam has a routine. Every night, he goes to bed at the same time, sleeps for around 7 hours, and wakes up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the world. His energy is steady, his mind remains sharp, and he just seems to glide through life with a vitality that belies his age. Graham, however, has a completely different story. His nights are filled with restlessness. He tosses and turns, wakes up repeatedly, and often struggles to fall back asleep. Instead of waking up feeling rejuvenated, Graham starts his day tired and sluggish. His mental clarity begins to fade, leaving him with brain fog and a lack of energy. Over time, his blood pressure fluctuates, and the weight of exhaustion begins to take its toll. The difference between them isn't just lifestyle, it's the quality of their sleep. If you find yourself waking up multiple times during the night, struggling to fall back asleep, or feeling completely drained after what should be a restful night of sleep, don't dismiss it. This is your body trying to communicate with you, urging you to pay attention. Poor sleep isn't just an inconvenience. It can be a sign of something more serious, such as stress, poor diet, lack of physical activity, or even conditions like sleep apnea that often go undiagnosed. But here's the good news. Quality sleep is within your reach. It doesn't require a miracle. It just takes a few simple, intentional changes in your daily habits. Try reducing your screen time before bed to give your mind a chance to wind down naturally. Establish a bedtime routine and stick to it, so your body knows it's time to rest. Get outside in the morning sun to reset your internal clock and help signal to your body when it's time to wake up and sleep. Avoid heavy meals or caffeine close to bedtime, as they can disrupt your sleep cycle. The impact of these small changes might surprise you, but more than anything, it can help you feel more energetic, more clear-headed, and more alive. Sleep is not just about waking up and feeling rested. It's about giving your body the chance to work its magic. When you sleep well, your body and mind function at their best. It's like recharging your phone. Without that full charge, everything else falters. So tonight, pay attention to your sleep. How did you feel when you woke up? Don't wait for things to deteriorate before making a change. Your longevity, health, and overall well-being depend on the small choices you make now, especially when it comes to something as simple and vital as sleep. Sign 5. Your appetite and eating habits. As we journey through life, the way we nourish our bodies becomes more than just a routine. It becomes a vital indicator of our longevity and well-being. In fact, after the age of 70, how we eat and the appetite we maintain are some of the most powerful reflections of how much longer we might live and thrive. A healthy appetite and a well-balanced, nutrient-packed diet are not just luxuries. They are life's essentials. They keep us strong, help our immune systems fight off illnesses, and fuel us with the energy needed to enjoy each day. On the flip side, when appetite declines or poor eating habits settle in, it's not just about missing a meal. It's a signal, a warning that things might not be as they should be, and it can even hasten the aging process. Think for a moment about two women, Margaret and Susan, both in their mid-70s, but on completely different paths. Margaret, full of life, looks forward to every meal with excitement. She eats a variety of fresh, wholesome foods and feels nourished by every bite. She maintains a healthy weight and never feels sluggish after meals. Margaret isn't just surviving, she's thriving. She enjoys cooking and takes pride in creating healthy, delicious dishes that keep her vibrant and full of energy throughout the day. Then, there's Susan. Susan, also 74, has noticed a shift in her body. She simply doesn't feel hungry like she used to. Meals feel like a chore, and she's grown accustomed to skipping them. She turns to processed foods, because they're quick and easy, and over the past year, her weight has slowly dropped off without her even realizing it. What Susan doesn't know is that this isn't just a small, passing change. It's a powerful red flag that something is going wrong inside her body. The loss of appetite and the reliance on processed foods are not just signs of aging. They are warning signs that her body may no longer be absorbing the nutrients it needs to stay healthy. The consequences could be far-reaching, weakening her muscles, slowing her metabolism, and putting immense strain on her immune system. For older adults, a decreased appetite is often linked to more than just the natural course of aging. It could be indicative of digestive issues, hormonal imbalances, or even early signs of cognitive decline, things we can't always see coming. And when we don't eat enough, it's not just a temporary discomfort. Our bodies, in their attempt to stay functional, begin to break down muscle tissue for energy, leading to a cascade of health problems. Weakness, frailty, and an increased risk of falls and illnesses soon follow. Imagine being in your 70s or 80s, unable to stand up without help, or enduring frequent hospital visits because your body isn't getting what it needs. These aren't just statistics. These are real-life fears that we all have when we see a loved one, or even ourselves, stop caring about the food we consume. If you've noticed a shift in your eating habits, whether it's feeling full too quickly, losing interest in meals, or seeing an unexpected drop in weight, please don't ignore it. This isn't just an inconvenience. It's your body telling you that something deeper needs attention. The old saying, "You are what you eat," couldn't be more accurate as we age. It's not just about filling up your stomach. It's about nourishing your body with the nutrients it desperately needs to keep going, to keep fighting. In your 70s and beyond, eating well should be viewed as an act of self-care. It's about making choices that will allow you to stay independent, healthy, and strong. You can choose to fill your plate with whole, nutrient-dense foods, foods that help repair, restore, and rebuild. You should focus on drinking plenty of water and paying attention to your body's cues when it asks for sustenance. But above all, do not ignore a shrinking appetite. It could be the wake-up call your body is giving you before it's too late. Now, ask yourself honestly, are you still savoring the taste of your meals? Are you making sure you're getting enough protein, fiber, and healthy fats to nourish and strengthen your body? Or have you started to notice a decline in your appetite and energy levels? The way you eat today will directly affect how you feel tomorrow, how independent you are, and how long you get to enjoy the things you love. Don't let food slip by as just a mundane part of your day. Embrace it as the fuel that will carry you forward with strength and joy. Your future self will thank you. Sign 6. Your ability to handle stress. The way you handle stress, especially as you age, can say so much about how many years you might have left, and more importantly, the quality of those years. Stress is not just a feeling. It's a silent saboteur that can drain your vitality, chip away at your immune defenses, and accelerate the aging process in ways that are both frightening and irreversible. We all know that chronic stress doesn't just steal your peace of mind. It wears down your body and soul, making you more vulnerable to heart disease, depression, and even the onset of diseases like Alzheimer's. Yet, on the other hand, those who have learned to manage stress, those who can breathe, adapt, and stay grounded, tend to not only live longer but also feel more alive, more engaged, and more connected to the world around them as they grow older. Let's take a look at two men, John and Richard, who are both 76 years old. While they share the same age, their life experience with stress could not be more different. John has faced his fair share of life's hurdles. There have been health scares, family conflicts, and financial burdens, but he has somehow found a way to meet these challenges with grace. His secret isn't a magic pill, but a mindset. John practices mindfulness and deep breathing, and even carves out time for a good laugh with his friends. John doesn't allow stress to fester in his life for long. He recognizes that worrying about the things he can't control doesn't solve anything, so he chooses to focus on what he can. It's this approach, this ability to stay calm, to breathe through life's storms, that keeps him sharp and full of life, even in his later years. In contrast, there's Richard. Richard is stuck in a cycle of stress that runs deep. He constantly worries about things he can't change: the future, his children's problems, and the world around him. Even the smallest frustrations pile up, and before he knows it, he's overwhelmed. Richard's world is in a constant state of heightened tension, and it's taking its toll. His blood pressure is high, his sleep is restless, and his energy has become a distant memory. The constant battle with stress wears him down both mentally and physically. Studies show that long-term stress causes inflammation, which is linked to nearly every major age-related disease. Unfortunately, Richard's health is becoming a direct reflection of the internal chaos he refuses to release. If you find yourself in Richard's shoes, constantly feeling tense, exhausted, or just emotionally drained, please don't ignore it. The way we manage stress isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for our health and longevity. If we don't address the emotional baggage, the weight of stress can break us down. This isn't just about avoiding stress, though. It's about learning how to manage it effectively. Whether that means practicing deep breathing, making time for regular exercise, learning the art of mindfulness, or simply laughing more often, these simple tools can have a profound impact on your overall health and happiness. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to check in with yourself. How do you react when stress knocks at your door? Do you carry it with you, letting it drain your life force? Or do you choose to let go, to breathe, and to adapt to the situation at hand? The ability to stay calm in the face of life's trials, to pause and reflect before reacting, is not only a mental skill, it's a life-saving one. Trust me, your ability to handle stress, to release it and not let it control you, is directly linked to how long you'll live and how well you'll live. You deserve to thrive, not just survive. Sign 7. Your social connections. Your relationships, the bonds you share with friends, family, and your community, are not just part of your life. They're a vital part of your health and longevity. The strength of these connections can be one of the clearest indicators of how long you might live after the age of 70. And let me tell you, this is a truth that hits close to home. Studies have shown over and over again that people with strong, meaningful relationships tend to live longer, healthier lives. But, sadly, the opposite is also true. Loneliness, something so many of us try to ignore, has been shown time and again to be linked to a range of serious health risks. Heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and yes, even early death. Imagine 2 women, both 78 years old, Eleanor and Barbara. Eleanor, despite the inevitable changes that come with age, has a vibrant social life. She maintains deep connections with old friends, is an active member of a local book club, and spends regular, quality time with her family. Every time she gets on the phone with a friend or has a heartfelt conversation with her children, she feels a spark of joy. Her laughter fills the room, and her heart feels full. Her world is alive, vibrant, and filled with people she loves. Then there's Barbara. Barbara, once lively and surrounded by friends, now finds herself alone. Over the years, she's lost touch with so many people who once mattered to her. She has family, but she rarely reaches out to them, and even when she does, it's a brief conversation. As the days and months go by, her world becomes smaller. The silence grows louder, and with it, so does the loneliness that wraps itself around her heart. Her mood becomes a shadow of what it once was, and with each passing day, her health seems to slip further away. It's heartbreaking. Loneliness is not just an emotional state, it has a direct, undeniable effect on your physical health. When you isolate yourself from others, your brain becomes less active. Stress levels rise, your body produces fewer of the chemicals that help you feel good and healthy, and over time, it takes its toll. I've seen it myself, how being surrounded by love and friendship can help you not just survive, but thrive as you age. But when you start withdrawing from the world, avoiding calls, or isolating yourself, that's when you need to take a hard look at what's happening inside you, and make a change. The good news is, change is always possible. It doesn't mean you have to be surrounded by people all the time. It's about quality, not quantity. Even the smallest efforts can make a monumental difference. Reach out to an old friend you haven't spoken to in years. Join a group that shares your interests or your passions. Make a habit of having a meaningful conversation with someone each week, whether it's a neighbor, a family member, or even a stranger you meet at the coffee shop. These little acts of connection, while small at the moment, create a ripple effect that can improve your health and give your life meaning. Because here's the thing. The relationships you invest in today don't just bring you happiness, they help you live longer. They give you strength when you need it, and they remind you that you matter. They help you feel seen, heard, and valued. And in the end, they become a part of your life story, one of the things that will carry you through those tough moments and help you walk with confidence into the years ahead. Now, as you reflect on these 7 signs, take a moment to ask yourself, how are your relationships holding up? Are you surrounded by the love and support that can help propel you into a healthier, more joyful future? Or are you starting to feel the weight of isolation creeping in? The beauty of life is that it's never too late to make changes. Whether it's your walking speed, your grip strength, your sleep habits, or even the people you connect with, each one is something you have the power to improve. And when it comes to social connections, that power is one of the most profound gifts you can give yourself. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed today. What has resonated with you the most? Have you discovered something new about the importance of your relationships, your health, or even your daily habits that could help you live a longer, more vibrant life? I'd love to hear from you. Comment below and share one thing you've learned in this video that you plan to put into practice. Whether it's reaching out to an old friend or prioritizing your health, let us know what step you're ready to take toward a better, healthier future. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on more life-changing content. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us.